Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. Sorry, that was a little. Um, Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax, and today I am talking about the secret to a beautiful life. And that secret is variety. So they say that variety is the spice of life. And I absolutely stand by that statement. I think it is so underrated. I think we are so habituated to our routines, the way we run things in our life, having the same schedule, the same food, the same people, the same everything. And I think it's frustrating. Obviously, sometimes there's a need for that routine. There's a desire to have things work out a specific way every time. You need that consistency. And there's nothing wrong with having a routine. Like, I absolutely live by a few basic routines, but I try and switch it up a bit when I can. So, the reason that I'm talking about this and that I think it's the secret to a beautiful life, and it's not really a secret, but it's got to be thumbnail, clickbait, whatever. Sorry, apologies for it. But I was thinking about this because currently I'm making this video and it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, and this video is going to come out in the morning. And I was just sort of laughing about the fact that some nights, on a very few amount of nights, I will go into the city and have fun with my friends, and we will party and we will dance and we will go back to one of their places at like 4 in the morning and crash out. And it was a beautiful night. It was really fun. Everybody had a good time. Everybody got home safe. And we had a great experience listening to music and interacting with people and, you know, all the crazy stuff that happens, listening to crazy people's stories at like 2 in the morning. But tonight, I will be going to bed at like 8:30. Like, I love going to bed super early. I have a shower, I light some candles, I turn on my salt lamp rock, and I just relax with some nice lighting and maybe watch a video or read a book and just chill. And I clonk out at like 9 o'clock, 9:30, and I'm sleeping. So it's like a little old man, you know, I do my skincare and I hobble into bed. I have a heat pack that like I heat up and I put in my bed so my feet are warm. I live that like 95-year-old lifestyle. And then other nights I go out clubbing and I have fun. And then other nights I stay up with friends and we play cards until 2 in the morning. And then some nights I will go up to my parents and have dinner and relax and talk about the good old days and what great grandpa used to do in the fields. And, you know, so I'm not necessarily like traveling around the world or doing crazy celebrity things or, you know, I've been lucky to be able to travel to places like France and England and Hawaii and just beautiful places like that. But you don't need a huge amount of money to just incorporate variety into your life, you know? And in order to try new things and be open to trying new things, I think that is a huge part of how variety truly is the secret to a beautiful life. And when I say a beautiful life, I'm talking about a life that you look back on, because this is how I always envision it. I always picture my life and I always like picture myself looking back on my life and getting to see all of the different experiences and the people I got to meet and the food I got to try and the locations I got to witness and everything, you know, like life is this encompassing experience. And in order to feel like you've had a beautiful experience, you've got to try new things, you know, try eating snails, escargot. I did it and boy is it weird, and I don't know if I love it, but it's interesting and I can see why some people love it. But, you know, I think that is really important. Try new music. I'm currently trying to get into like metal music. It's the one type of music I've never been able to truly enjoy. And I'm really trying. I had a professor in university. I might have said this before. I had a professor in university and she was a professor of metal music. She taught English, but her PhD was in Polish metal music or something like that. And she like opened our minds to this whole culture and this whole world of metal music. And it was really fascinating. As someone who doesn't like metal music, it was very fascinating to get to understand some of the cultural things and big events in like Scandinavian Poland that like shaped the metal music world community people. And so you would be so surprised at opening yourself up to experiences and then finding out that you actually love something that is really cool. I started baking bread when I was like 16 as kind of a joke of like, ha ha ha, I'll bake bread for my school trip or whatever. And I fell in love with it. And now I'm a full on baker and I love baking like scones and bread and pies and all of it. And, you know, I never would have discovered that if it wasn't just for sort of a joke that led to learning how to bake and really getting into that, or making jam or archery, and like so many of the things that I love doing and that I'm so obsessed with and I'm ingrained in the culture of these hobbies and these interests kind of started because I was just like, well, I'll give it a try. It looks cool. I'm introduced to it a little bit. And so I think mixing up your daily routine allows you to see things that you truly fall in love with. You know, maybe there's a city that you didn't know existed in Europe or something, and it has everything that you could ever imagine that you'd love. Like it has all the different cultural things, it has a neat history, you love the architecture, the weather is amazing. And so you visit there just because, you know, you're going from there to another town and you fall in love with it. And who knows, maybe you spend the rest of your life in this beautiful city in the middle of Europe, and, you know, that's how you end up there. So when you talk to the older generation, most of the time when I talk to them anyway, I like asking the big questions about, do you have any regrets? What is something that you're so happy that you decided to do? And so many of them have stories about, well, you know, I took a chance and I took this job in this other city, and oh my God, I met the love of my life and things worked out amazing. I got into whitewater rafting and suddenly, you know, I was teaching whitewater rafting in Montana or whatever. And so you have to be open to those experiences. There are so many people who go around with blinders on and they just have chicken nuggets for dinner with some sour sauce and some French fries. And not to say that that's not a fire dinner, because that sounds so good right now. But if you have it every single day for your entire life, you're gonna miss out on all the different amazing food from all over the world, the amazing cultures, amazing skills of learning how to prepare different things, being able to talk to people about how you prepare your meal versus how they prepare theirs, getting ideas, you know, like that truly gets to the basis of what an amazing life is. And it's the variety and interaction and doing things. And like I said, you do not have to have money in order to do this. There are so many things that open you up to ideas and possibilities. There's public libraries, there's gyms, there's facilities, there's even just going for walks in different areas of your city or your community. You know, and like I've been very fortunate that we have the internet, we have access to so many things. I've read the Book of Mormon, I've read the Bible, I have looked into different spiritualities and different histories and cultures. And you know, you can go down a rabbit hole of, you know, the history of Madagascar, and there's just a million billion things on this planet that you can become passionate about, or that you can find interesting or exciting or amazing. And I think if you need any more motivation, and if you need some kind of motivation that's quite different than what I've just been talking about, I have never found someone who is passionate to be unattractive. And I mean this in a family, friend, relationship, lover, any of that stuff. When you meet somebody who is incredibly passionate about something, whether it is candle making or bow hunting or, I don't know, miniature portraits of 1930s, you can look it up, it's a thing. The people who are incredibly passionate about something are inherently interesting and attractive. It shows that they have a level of focus and interest and curiosity. I think curiosity is such an underrated quality. I think you want your partner or your friend or your family members to be curious. You want them to be intrigued by the world around you. If you don't think the world is the most amazing, ridiculous, absurd place on the planet, like in the universe, I don't know what you think. Like people talk about it rains diamonds on Europa or something like that. And I'm just like, okay, but have you ever looked at an ostrich? Like, what is that? Why does it exist? You know, it's descended from dinosaurs. Like, that's just insane to me. So I'm not trying to like gush about how amazing the world is, but it's kind of coming off as that. But all I'm just saying is that variety is the spice of life. And you should go out and you should do amazing things, or sit at home and research the most incredible things and make a plan to go and see things, do things, experience stuff, go to your local Asian market and find the most unbelievable fruit that you didn't know exist and try it, or learn how to prepare an amazing dish, or I don't know, guys. If you're not absolutely hooked on living life to the fullest, I don't know what there is. Like, yeah, you could sit home and watch the news and just worry about World War III, but people have been predicting World War III since the end of World War II, and they will predict stuff like that. I'm sure it'll happen at some point, but what can we do? We can enjoy life while we're here, while we're now, while we have our health, while we have family, while we have friends. So I don't know. This is kind of a very open-ended video, and I feel like I have been gushing a bit. We're gonna say that. I was looking for a stronger verb, but none came to mind. So that's what I'm gonna say, is the secret to life is variety. It's being open to trying new things and doing what you find out that you love with, like falling in love with anything, whether it's a person or a thing or a concept or a particular part of history or jewelry making. I don't know. Falling in love is so much fun. You know, like, it can hurt your heart. It has the potential to absolutely shatter you, but you can't think about that in the moment. You have to just go for it, feet first, head first, however you want to go, and embrace it. So I think that's enough gushing from me today. But I hope you guys are having a beautiful day wherever you are, a beautiful week, month, year, millennia, universe, whatever you want to say. And thank you so much for watching. Please leave me your comments and your thoughts about embracing life. And if you think that there's a different secret to a beautiful life, absolutely tell me, because come on, don't be mean. Don't be gatekeeping. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And as always, I will talk to you tomorrow.